Toda la información de la tecnología y los videojuegos llega hasta Houston. Así es, ahora HIC se transmite los sábados de 11 a 12 del día a través de Now Media Television. Ahí nos vemos.
Hello, I'm Pamela O'Brien, owner and principal designer at Pamela Hope Designs. We're an award-winning full-service interior design firm located in Houston, Texas, with clients nationwide. We specialize in medium-high to high-end residential and commercial design projects that inspire confidence in you. When asked about our design style, we believe our style is your style at its best, while respecting your budget, your preferences, and your lifestyle. Our talented team of designers, artisans, and craftsmen collaborates with you to create positive design experiences with exquisite results. Unveiling exceptional designs is a privilege, and we want to make it a pleasure for all involved. From updating your existing home or office for a fresh new look to creating a custom project from the ground up, everything we do is designed for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Dena Musfy with Greenwood King Properties and you're watching Real Estate with Dena. First of all, I'd like to thank Now Media TV for providing this platform for us to provide you with all real estate questions and any services you might need as far as regarding real estate. On the show, we're going to discuss all kinds of things related to real estate, whether it be residential or commercial. I'll try to answer all your questions you might have, whether it's what you need to do to prepare your house to sell, or what you need to do as a first-time home buyer, or just as a buyer out there. I'll try to answer those questions for you. Feel free to email me any questions at dena@greenwoodking.com if you have any questions that I'm not answering. I'll also have guests on here that will provide all kinds of services for you. So be sure to definitely watch all episodes and see kind of what services you might need in the future to prepare your home for sale, or if you just have general questions. Once again, I'd like to thank Now Media TV for having me, and we'll be right back with our first guest after this commercial break. Buying, selling, or renting a property is an important step that will impact your life and the life of your loved ones. In fact, research shows that having an experienced realtor ensures a better pricing, selling, buying, or renting a property. Hi, my name is Dena Musfy with Greenwood King Properties. If you want to buy, sell, or rent a property, call me. I have the resources and strong know-how to navigate your transaction with ease. At the same time, when necessary, I can perform market evaluations and assessments, make recommendations for any staging or renovations needed to make your property shine, and anything else needed to list your property and sell it as fast as possible. Additionally, I'm a master certified negotiator and can provide several financing solutions. The goal is to sell your house fast and for the highest price possible, or find you your dream home and negotiate the best deal. Leave the selling, buying, or renting of your property to me. Take a strong step, reach out to me today so I can handle all your real estate needs. Hi, we're back. Thank you for joining us again today. My first guest is Gary Stefaniak with Big G Home Inspections. Hey, how are you?
Hi, fine, thank you.
Good. Well, I wanted to start with, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself personally and kind of what led you, your history of work, and what led you into home inspections?
Well, always been working on houses, and when I started out, the first house was a real fixer-upper, and so my father's a structural engineer, my best friend, he was a contractor, and my cousin's an electrician, and we gutted the house, and we couldn't live in it for 4 months. And just from there, I've done everything. I did it all by myself, and it's kind of natural. Just kind of went into it. So,
you did some stuff before you got into home inspections.
I was in the oil industry, yes. And then 2015, things changed. So then I said, let me do what I want to do, things I think will be interesting and I know I'm good at. So I got retrained at the Champion School of Real Estate, and now I'm a professional home inspector, licensed by the Texas Real Estate Commission. I'm a licensed mold consultant, licensed by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, and I'm a licensed termite inspector, pesticide technicians by the Texas Department of Agriculture.
Okay.
So I get the 3 licenses that are, I think, pretty major as far as looking at a house.
I know you're probably just as busy as I am these days, and you think that it's going to be a life of a little bit of freedom, a little bit of time, spare time. It's 1,000 degrees outside, and everyone's really, really busy.
Yeah, been very busy. Even in the hot weather and summer, everybody's moving, and with the market and interest rates so low, everybody's going crazy.
That's a good thing for all of us, though, right?
Yeah.
Better than a drought, like where we don't have any business at all. So
That's true.
So tell me some things that you include in your home inspection. What does the home inspection include?
Yes, a lot of people ask me, and it's like, oh, what am I going to get? And I'm going to spend this money. What am I going to get? Well, you're going to get a report with pictures and explanations. So we have to, by law, since I'm licensed, we got to look at the roof, got to give an evaluation of the foundation. We got to look at windows, doors, walls, flooring. We have to do electrical, HVAC, your heating and ventilation. We have to check your plumbing. So basically, we have to check everything that you think of is a house, so that when you move in, there are no surprises. And the point of this is they get a report so they can give it to you, the realtor, and they can say, here are some major issues. We need to renegotiate on this price because the AC is not working or the roof is shot. So, I'll find a lot of issues.
I guess a lot of people ask, how much is this going to cost me?
Well, I start out, my base rate's $300, and it goes up based on square footage. And if they want a termite report with that, that's a different report, and I only charge an extra $100 because I'm already out there. Mold is generally something separate. I mean, I'll do a visual inspection for free and just tell you. But if you need to get air samples, then there are lab fees, and if you need a separate report, there are extra fees with that. And for a standalone mold report with 2 air samples, it would be $400.
Okay. Additional to the 300 plus.
Right, because they're usually separate.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not part of a home inspection, taking air samples. It just doesn't happen generally.
Yeah, and I mean, it's smart to do a termite in Houston just because we were moist weather and, we have...
Mold and termites love moisture. If you have excess moisture, or the 3 most common problems I see with houses, bark mulch too high up against the foundation, bushes up against the house, and tree branches against the house. They will hold moisture against the house, and that's how you can get termites in your house.
I mean, I guess everyone puts bushes to make it look nice and stuff, but that's what they can crawl right up and get right in the house.
It looks nice, and I've seen brick houses where they have a pattern, a crisscross of vines. I said, oh, it's beautiful. I says, I hope you're treating every 6 months for termites because they just crawl up on them vines and they go in the cracks in the brickwork and they can infest your house.
Is there any other way? I mean, how do they normally, that would probably be the number one thing that gets them in your house, but what would be some other things that you want to avoid? Soil too high up against the base of the bricks, which is the top of the foundation. You need to have 4-inch spacing, or if you have wood siding, you need to have 6-inch spacing. That way you'll see the termite tubes. They generally come out of the ground. There's 2 types of subterranean termites in Houston, and then they have drywood termites. So yeah, the most common ones are the subterranean. I learned something last week, just actually doing an inspection with Gary and what the drywood, someone had told one of my clients that they had drywood termites in their house, and he was like, well, what was the evidence on that termite, and were there wings? And I was like, I don't know, I wasn't there, but I asked the client, were there wings? And they're like, no wings, but that's the telltale sign of having... Drywood termites swarm in the spring, and they usually congregate around lights, and then they drop their wings and they work their way in your house. And they're trying to create a nest. Everybody says, oh, they're flying ants. I'm like, no, probably not. They're termites. So if you see a big pile of wings in the springtime, you may want to get an inspection for drywood termites. And they're some of the worst ones. Because that's when you have to tent your house, and that could be a good 10, 15 to 20 grand. Yes, depending on the size of your house, yeah. Yeah, to get your house tented and
and
fumigated.
they do not need moisture. So the termites live in the ground. They have tubes. They have to stay moist all the time. And that's why they build tubes in your walls going up to your 2x4s and everything, because they got to stay moist. And then they find pine or the wood they like, and then they start eating. And they can travel 20 feet away from the ground where they're living.
Okay.
But they got to go back to their nest, you know.
And I've heard of like a thing too, like once your house is tented, it's pretty much going to move to the next house. The next house, is that true?
I'm not sure about that. I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. Well, maybe for another day.
I don't think so, because I think when they tent it and they spray it, it kills them. They won't just scare them away, or they know, oh my God, they're not that smart.
They're not fast enough either, probably.
Right.
So I guess one of the questions, again, to have multiple certifications, so you don't have to get multiple inspectors out there, because a lot of people don't have the termite, the regular standard.
Those are licenses. I'm also certified for septic as a septic inspector and pool spa inspector. And of course I do wells and outdoor kitchens.
So he could spend all afternoon out there inspecting everything in your home and get one deal, one shot.
I have on many a house, yes. Yeah, if they have outbuildings like a barn or a Fonzie separate building, someone else living there, so now you get like basically 2 houses. Yeah, it can take a while when you have multiple electrical boxes. Yeah, this one I just did, they had like 5 ACs, 5 electrical boxes, and I just went, oh my gosh. And
5 ACs? What size was this house?
6,500 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 4,000 square feet. It wasn't big enough, so they added on. So since you add on, they have to now add another septic, add on more electrical, add on another AC for the new addition.
Okay.
And it's like, wow. So,
Like a Jenga puzzle house.
and that's, if they're older or in the country, a lot of times that's how they are.
So how do all these licenses work together? Like,
Oh, well, yeah, so the hardest one to get by far, is over 300 hours of coursework, is the home inspector. And that one allows me to understand if someone says there are termites in the wall or there's moisture, where's the moisture coming? If I have mold somewhere, I understand how the house is built, because I know, you have flashing problems. Is the moisture traveling from the roof, or is it coming from the flashing, or do you get a water leak? So I have a good idea what's going on behind the walls, whereas some other mold consultant guy, that's all he has. He doesn't understand, how the house is built or why it's happening. Same with the termites. Where are they coming from? Well, it depends. You just have to understand how the house is built and what they've done to it. Everything's detective work. So I look at it and I just shake my head and I go, what were they trying to do here?
Wow.
Or sometimes they'll see a good job and I'll say, well, okay, they had a contractor and they did it right, So
one of those contractors finally did something right.
It's hit or miss. Yeah, and it's always interesting. That's why I like it. Yeah, so I thought it'd be a part-time job, but it's been full-time, for sure.
Especially
More than
I think the
full-time.
pandemic, everyone kind of freaked out, like what's going to happen, during the pandemic, and it kind of the opposite of what we thought was going to happen happened. It just, the real estate world and everything involved in it got kind of crazy.
It really took off recently. Yep, for sure.
So what areas of Houston or outskirts of Houston do you serve?
Well, considering where I live, it's near the Beltway 290. I go all the way out to Fulshire, Conroe, West Katy, all the way to Mount Bellevue. So within an hour drive, and I can get anywhere pretty much within an hour. It surprises me. Pearland. I'm doing one soon, and it's actually not that far.
Yeah, Pearland's actually the closest suburb to Houston. A lot of people don't even know that, but it is, to downtown Houston, and that's what they consider when they're doing mileage. They do it from downtown Houston, and Pearland actually is the closest suburb to Houston.
288, yep.
Yeah. So tell me of the strangest story. I know you've got a lot of them probably, and I know we can talk all afternoon about them, but tell me one of the strangest stories.
This Sunday, I got my first bullet. A first bullet in a roof. That's a big thing for home inspectors or roofers. I was up there and it was a little 22. I'm like, oh, finally I got my first bullet after like 500 houses. I finally get my bullet. So I went through like 1 layer shingles and didn't go through the second layer. So, yeah. So anyway,
That
that's
was
kind
probably
of.
from someone just popping off in the air. People don't realize how dangerous that is.
It's a thing on Facebook. A lot of home inspectors. Oh, here's my first bullet, because they climb on roofs. We're always looking for defects, and eventually you're going to come across one.
I was in a friend's backyard in the Oak Forest area, and they had their picnic table out, and the picnic table had a bullet in it.
Ooh, that's scary.
From something that had fallen. Just think if someone was sitting there. It's scary to think that people just act so frivolously with guns.
I know, I know. So the other funny story, it was Halloween day, and Halloween was that night, and I go up on a roof, not on a roof, into the attic, and I'm up there, and I look to my side, and I go, oh my God, there's a skeleton. And I realized, why isn't it outside by the tree? It was plastic.
Oh my goodness.
And I talked to the lady buying a house who knew the people selling it, and they said they left it up there as a joke for me. Because I knew I was going to be up in the attic, so they left
pretty
a
funny,
skeleton up there for me to find.
Pretty funny. So I guess, one last question, like what is the lead time for getting a report? What should people expect when they get those reports?
So by law, you have to have the report within 48 hours. I always get them out the same day, that evening. I limit myself to 2 per day max, so I'll always have the report that evening. It'll be 25, 35 pages with pictures and explanations. So I'll say you got to have smoke detectors in every room, out in the hallway, a smoke detector / carbon monoxide detector, and I'll say you did not have smoke detectors here, or you were missing this or that, for example. So I always try to word it so people learn from it. I don't like to write a textbook, which I've heard other people have 90-page inspection reports. No, I try to keep mine pretty much straightforward.
I got a 145-page one time.
You did?
Yes.
Not mine.
Yes, ridiculous.
So if it's good, I'll say inspected. I always try to put a picture in of the AC label, water heater, and cooktop, just because that's where you look at the serial numbers and we get the ages from those units and you get information from that. So people know, and I'll say this is the age of the unit. This is, you can either see it or you can look it up yourself. Because people always want to know how old is my AC.
You do a summary as well.
Oh yeah, and it has a summary of defects, and it's just 1 page worth of things.
And when inspectors do that, it makes it really easy to just kind of go straight to the summary, because those are kind of the highlights of what you should really focus on.
And when I tell people and realtors, I'm like, all right, you're going to have all these defects. It says don't sweat, because a lot of them, because the building changed, the standards changed.
The codes, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like okay, I got to call out, a damper clamp. Your garage door is not self-closing. You don't have to fix anything in my report. And I recommend pick the big things. Your AC is not working. It's Houston. That's a big thing.
Yeah, roof, foundation, and AC. I say are your 3 big major things that are high costs. So.
So I have to, because I'm licensed. I have to call everything out. But then I'll tell them, this is what we recommend. You fix everything, but realistically,
these are the highlights.
Fix what you can, with time,
Okay, perfect. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show, Gary. It's always good to see you.
I appreciate you inviting me.
Well, why don't you tell everyone how they can get a hold of you?
Well, bighomeinspections.com. So I have a website, or you can just text or call. My phone number is at 281-770-9925.
Awesome. Well, it's great to see you, and thanks
thank
again
you.
for coming on the show. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Hi, I'm Karina Rodriguez, President of Exfinia Financial Services. Let me ask you a few questions. How prepared are you to reach your financial goals? To pay for your kids' education, to buy a house, or start a business? Do you know how much money you will need for retirement? Do you have a plan that will allow you to live peacefully after retirement and later in life? Are you prepared to face unexpected situations, such as a chronic illness, an accident, or an untimely death? How will your family be protected? At Exfinia Financial Services, our mission is to help you answer these questions and to design a financial plan that covers all the areas that are relevant to your family or your business. Most importantly, a plan that gives you peace. Some of our services include a detailed assessment of your current financial situation, creating a plan for establishing an emergency fund and protection, debt management, tax optimization, as well as estate planning. Some of our financial strategies protect your capital against drops in the financial markets while benefiting when the market rises. We offer these services at no cost to you. Take control of your financial well-being. Contact us and we will be happy to assist you, whether you live in the US or abroad, regardless of your migratory status. Let us be part of your financial success and stability.
What is so special about sleeping? It boosts your mental health. It's critical for your immune system, weight management, and fertility, amongst other important aspects of your health. Most people do not know the average person spends a third of their life on a mattress. A hard reality is some people spend roughly 7 years of their lives tossing and turning because their mattress needs replacing, or it's just a low quality mattress, which in turn leads to multiple spine issues and other health problems. Hi, I'm John McCarty with Mattress Firm. Having the exact mattress for you is critical for your overall well-being, and my goal is to help you find the exact mattress that'll increase your quality of life and your loved ones and have a restful night's sleep. Call me at 832-815-8482. I'd love to help.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance for home, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that guarantees the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4475 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
Hello everyone, we're back and I'm here with Adam Bartling with Intrepid Signs and Electrical. Welcome, thank you for coming today.
I appreciate you having me out here.
Awesome, so tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of personal life and then kind of what led you to getting into the business.
Gotcha. I guess we'll go a little further back. You know, myself, always been fairly outgoing. You want to start back that I got my Eagle Scout when I was 18, always played sports. Joined the military right after high school, went to the National Guard.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, appreciate the support. And then from there, I just always want to do a whole bunch of different things. So I joined the National Guard. I got to play some football in college, a little bit of football afterwards. I played at Sam Houston. I played for this other team, Texas Rough Riders. They're gone many years ago. But that was fun. And it just got my start to open up my eyes to see what's out there. Looking at all these different jobs, I like the idea of sales because in sales, you're able to create whatever you want. You know, you're not dictated by the punch in the clock. So that inspired me. I ended up working for an IT company. That helped out because from my National Guard background, I actually ran the networks that I was selling. So for me, that was easy because they're like, oh, we need a tech guy out here. I'm like, oh, hold on a second. I can code that for you. Not a problem. So it made selling a lot easier. It's just what we do now on our cell phones. Yeah, we were selling much more outdated technology back then. By the time, it was state of the art. So we just had to make changes through the years. I guess going through that, myself, I got into doing this business, the sign business, because just the market changed, right? So, you came from a corporate background, so did I. But the thing that's cool about that is you get to be, I'll say, confident in what you do, right? And you learn the baseline of it. You learn that routine. This is how you need to do it, what you need to do to be successful. And then when you learn that, hey, now you can go do whatever you want because you've proven yourself. So, I was going to have a daughter, and I got tired of just bouncing from career to career because when the market's hot in one field, hey, it's great until it ends because of competition, technology changes, market saturation, and then you go on to the next job. And you're a salesman for the next company. Mm-hmm. So I got into the sign business for stability. When you're opening your business, you got a sign, right? When you close your business, you have a sign also. So
you got to take the sign down too.
Yeah, somebody's got to take it and get it out there. So that's what got me into it. That, and I actually wanted to be an artist, believe it or not. I looked at the Artist City of Houston. Those guys are so skilled, so skilled. What they do in a day would take me a week. What they do in an hour takes me a day. But I didn't realize that the work ethic was top tier. My work ethic's top tier. My talent level is, mediocre at best. But with commercial art, a lot of it has to be pumped out on time, and it has to be accurate. And you don't have to get in the mood to do the art. But I didn't know that till later. I learned that, about 11 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's like the key in any business, right? I know when I was deciding on brokerages and where I was going to go and where I was going to make, my career going, that, marketing was not. I'm a salesperson, right? We can sell people houses, help them buy, give them advice on all the things. I have resources, as you can see, out the wazoo, and on what I can do to help you. But actually doing the marketing flyers and doing those things, I'd be sitting on Canva myself trying to do it. I'm like, this is not my expertise. This is not wasting my time. It's a productive of my time, but the time it takes me to make a flyer, a simple flyer that could pay someone else to do the same flyer and get it done in 10 minutes would take me 3 hours. It's like, okay, what's better use of my time is actually helping my clients and getting things done for them, as opposed to sitting on Canva trying to make a flyer for that open house, actually going out and promoting it and getting people to the open house as opposed to doing that. So
you need to tell your whole brokerage that and say, hey, everybody, this is...
Yeah.
Because we see it all the time. The whole thing of what's ineffective is the most expensive, right? Where it's, hey, I'm going to buy this TV. It was really cheap. I bought this TV for $100 and it lasts 2 years, and you buy it again and buy it again. Or your marketing that's ineffective doesn't bring the clients because it looked like it was made on clip art from 1990. So with everything, there's not a silver bullet in marketing, right?
Yeah.
There's no one way to do it all. But there's many things that work, and our whole idea and approach is we want to help you achieve your goals, and we want to help guide you there. We're not going to let you walk out of the door with something that's ugly or doesn't help you achieve your goal.
So tell me a little bit about your company and your business.
Okay, so for us, Intrepid Signs Electrical, we help entrepreneurs reach objectives. So how do we do that? What do we do with it? We help that with everything from the brand management side, which is creation of the logos, creation of all your stationery, sales collateral, flyers, displays, help out with the internal environment, all your interior signs. You've been in a place where you have a beautiful lobby or a restaurant that has a lot of graphics. It creates that emotional tie to it. People want to come back to it. So we handle all that. We handle vehicle graphics, and we also do all your outdoor signage. So any type of business is a good fit for us. Maybe unless you're national and wide, we're not handling those yet. You got 150 locations. I'm sorry, I can't help out there.
Okay.
But maybe I can install the stuff here in the Houston location. We can do that.
And maybe later in the future, we'll see.
We'll need some partners. Those require a team. They require a huge team. We work for some of those companies. That's actually about half of our business comes from those national companies that need the local expert to install, service the signs. I'd love to say who they are, but we have non-disclosure agreements.
Oh, really? Tell us what you can do for like small companies that are just getting, started. I know create the logos, create those things, put the signs up, all that kind of stuff. What can you, like, more details, because I know you do a lot more than just kind of the general.
Yeah. So the small company, that's the most fun to deal with, right? The guy who just got first in business, they're so excited to see their name up there in lights. And when you've been in business 10, 20 years, you look at it as an expense. Or you just know, I need this to get this result. It's not as emotional. So we help with, like I said, anything from the branding. You come with us, we can give you a questionnaire. I have a 3-page questionnaire that'll help guide you through the process. Ask what type of look you want to go after, who is your demographic, who's your audience, how far away is your building from passersby, how fast are they passing, things like that matter. And that's one of those things we do with a site survey. But when you talk about like small business, you just started out of your garage, you're doing it as a hobby, you're trying to transition it to a full-time gig. Basically, it's just that little bit of showing you everything you need for your sales collateral, even like the websites. We do simple websites for companies. We're not a website company, but we'll help them set it up. We handle everything graphic related. If it's 2D graphics, we do it. It can be printed, it can be cut, it can be installed. We do that. So the simplest things is just be seen, be noticed. Small businesses typically will say, I just want to put magnets on my vehicle. I just want to put 2. Why? Why are you going to put 2 magnets on your vehicle? You don't look like you're legitimately in business. The back of your vehicle is seen by how many people behind you all the time. When you have decals on there, hey, maybe drive a little slower, drive a little more courteous, wave hi to your neighbor.
Wrap your whole car?
You can wrap it too. I mean, the wraps are beautiful, right? You see them every now and then. Like when we were over at across from Tony's restaurant last week, they had all their vehicles wrapped. Awesome, very eye-catching. But you can do the same effect for half the cost with a large decal set or partial wraps. But it just look like you're in business, and that'll change the customer base that you receive too. The magnets. My dad would have a magnet on the back of his truck. He'd drive around seeing a plantation doing his job. He'd get a call off it every month. But that call was jobs that are $300 and less. With my truck wrapped, with a color change wrap, with a reflective lettering, that got me a couple $1,000 jobs. Yeah. It's just the same thing, depends on where you are, who you're advertising to.
What do you think sets your company apart from some of the others that are doing very similar things? We're all in competition with, people that 55,000 other agents in Houston, so it's like, how do you set yourself apart from other companies that do marketing?
I think what sets us apart is we're still small enough that you get the personal touch. You go to some of these companies and you deal with the receptionist or the order taker, and then they give it to the graphic artist. I like setting it up to where my graphic artists actually talk to all the clients because they're in that idea creation. The graphic artists are artists. They can create things that are beautiful, and you just give them a little bit of hint of what direction you want to go in, and they'll amaze you. But you just got to give them direction. You can't say, "Oh, make something pretty." No, it don't work that way. Just give them a little direction. They'll make it. What also sets us apart is I'd say we're debt free, so we don't pay for any overhead except utilities and such. So we can come in at a good price margin that competes with all the big companies in Houston. They can do more jobs, but we can do that same quality of work with a little bit less price because we don't have that overhead.
So how long have you been in business? How long have your designers been with you?
Gotcha. The company has been in the same location since 1976. I took it over 10 years ago, and the designers, we have people that have done it for 3 to 4 years, and I got some people that have been doing it 15 plus years. It's just depends, and everybody's got their niche and skill set. Like we have some designers that are more I'd say skilled to go after the foo-foo businesses, your nail salons, your spas and things of that nature. And then we have some that are a little bit better at going after your service companies and creating that type of brand, or the interior design. Everybody has a little bit of a niche, and that's one of those things that on a team you have to find out everybody's skill set and put them in those places.
And that's where that questionnaire would come in place, kind of what the person's goals are, coming up with all the information they need to kind of match them with the right designer, I would imagine.
Yeah, that does help. Like there are things I can do, and there's a lot of stuff that I go, no, please, Jasmine, please take care of this, because that is not what my skill set calls for. If you need to make it strong, make it engineered, I got you. It needs to be very ornate. I'm sorry, that's why I have a staff.
Okay. What areas of Houston do you service, or outside of Houston, or do you service all over? I know you said not nationally, but kind of locally, how far would you go?
Mostly everything 100 miles in Houston is our regular area. We did a job for a Sky over at Unity Taekwondo. He's got Black Sheep Boxing in Austin. We did that about a month ago. That's not a problem. It's a fairly bigger job. We're going to travel for those. That's not a problem. We've done jobs in Navasota. We've done jobs in Orange. We do a lot of stuff in Bay City. What's crazy, I think it's in Rosenberg. Rosenberg's growing, but we've done more jobs in Spring, Texas, and Tomball in the last 2 years than we've done in Rosenberg. There's a lot of growth up there.
Really?
So Rosenberg is good because rents are low. We just got to drive to the job sites. Anything 100 miles, we can definitely handle it. That's not a problem.
There's all these, I think a lot of the suburbs are blowing up. Pearland, League City, a lot of these suburbs are just really blowing up right now. So
it's wild.
So tell me a little bit about maybe one of the more unique stories or most fun projects you've worked on recently.
Gosh. One of the more unique ones we did the Oak Bend Hospital. That was pretty neat. That's my largest sign job to date. That one we had to demo the old sign, redo the underground electrical, move the irrigation. The cool thing is being in the sign business, guess how many contractors come to us for signs? Just like you got a huge network, I got a huge network too, and it makes life a lot easier because you already know the guys that take care of business. And then we had to put the new sign up, put a brick wall around it, and even re-sod it. That was pretty cool. It was a little over $70,000, and It was a few years ago. So for us, that was the biggest project. And then every now and then, we get turned loose to create new designs. Like on our website, we have a few different logos we've created, and then a few different vehicle wraps, like Jonathan over Millennium Motors. He's always doing something crazy on his vehicles, and we got to wrap one of his in this Cryptech orange camo. It got tons of publicity. He even got pulled over the second day that we put it on his Jeep, and the officer asked him where he got the wrap.
Where did you get that done?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that's what I like. I like when somebody, because a lot of what we do is compliance related. You know, wash your hands, come to the job site, wear your PPE, things of that nature that everybody needs. But then every now and then we get to do a decor, like Melly Marketing. We did a job with her, and we got to design a wall wrap for her conference room. I think it's her conference room. And that was just neat because it's just something so different than just a regular,
Day to
hi,
day.
buy this house, Homes by Dena.
Yes. Hey, I'm not that boring. Come on now. I have exciting things. I have good marketing
I know.
staff.
I'm just picking on you. I'm just saying that that's our routine type work. The cool stuff is when you get to do something designed outside that with the wraps or the environmental graphics or create the new logo. That's always fun.
Awesome. So for all your sign needs or any kind of logos or anything like that, you need to make sure to give Adam a call. Why don't you tell them how they can get a hold of you?
Okay. You get a hold of us at, I'll look at the camera for this one. It's intrepidsigns.com is the website. We're located in Rosenberg. The phone number is 281-232-5262. But again, intrepidsigns.com is where you need to go, see everything that we do. We're also on social media, but check out the website.
Thanks so much, Adam, for coming. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Oh, but I got a gift card for you.
Having a spotless house is critical for your quality of living. Hi, this is Kevin Thury with washpros.us. At WashPros, we are locally owned and operated, servicing Central Houston, Austin, and Dallas. We are fully insured. We offer annual, semi-annual, and quarterly cleanings. We recognize that needs change and Mother Nature keeps us on our toes. Just know we are happy to help. We use eco-friendly products and a purified water cleaning system for a spotless shine. We service HOAs, the property managers, investment firms, and you, the homeowner. If you're putting your house on the market or have an annual maintenance cleaning schedule, or you're interested in holiday lighting, we are your one-stop shop for all of your exterior cleaning and holiday lighting needs. Call me today for your free on-site quote and let washpros.us be your clean escape.
My name is Barbara, and I'm the owner of Blades Appraisals and Art Resources. I appraise fine art, antiques, collectibles, and residential contents. My projects have ranged from an autographed Hall of Fame baseball bat to an entire museum's art collection. Here's when you should call me. The top 4 reasons. Number 1, advance estate planning to minimize your family's tax bite, as well as ensure an equitable settlement between parties after death. 2, I understand the IRS guidelines for donations. I can make sure you get the maximum value for your donation. 3, making sure you have adequate and appropriate insurance coverage. And 4, when you decide to downsize and you want to sell part of your collection, I will help you maximize the value by recommending the appropriate method of sale. Feel free to reach out for a complimentary project estimate. If I can't help you, I will make a recommendation. I truly enjoy my work, and I'd love to hear from you.
Are you a business owner feeling overwhelmed or burnt out with no energy left for what's most important to you? In order to effectively run your business and maximize your profits, you have got to be the best possible you that you can be. Now is the time to reclaim your energy, master your schedule, and maximize your profits so you can effectively run your business rather than it running you. It's time to become the CEO of your business and life. I'm Jen Godet, a business strategist and life coach. I work with overwhelmed business owners who feel stuck in a rut and depleted. I teach you how to stop doing the things that aren't making you money and start prioritizing the things that bring you energy, joy, and lasting impact. I'm a human performance specialist and an international best-selling author. I've helped countless people all over the world to learn the art of saying no, overcome their fear, and maximize their performance. Let's get you to live your best possible reality. Start today and become the CEO of your business and your life.
Hi everyone, we're back with Jordan Bailey with Allied Outdoor Solutions.
Yes, Allied Outdoor Solutions.
This is a fairly new company for you.
It's a new company for me. They've been around since 2009.
Awesome.
The Tickle family, Josh Tickle, who owns Allied Outdoor Solutions, the Tickle family has also done business in Houston since the 1980s. So been around for a long time.
Awesome. And so tell me a little bit about you first.
Yeah. Outside of the fact that I'm pretty awesome. Dena, you sold my house and you helped me buy a new house during the pandemic, and it was an amazing experience.
Thank you.
So did that, and then recently got married, and then actually got a new job the day of my wedding with Allied Outdoor Solutions, and now I'm a project consultant with Allied Outdoor Solutions, just helping people get their backyard dreams, really. Which is awesome.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, especially I would imagine the pandemic. I mean, the business, that's why you probably got a job during the pandemic, but it blew up. I mean,
everybody's spending time at home, not going on vacations. They want their vacation now in their home, in their backyard. So yeah, we're crazy busy.
Trying to create their own oasis in their own backyard.
Yeah, pools, outdoor kitchens, patio covers, all sorts of stuff. It's been fun. Yeah.
The pool business, I know, is like, I mean, to get a pool, what is the lead time on getting a pool these days?
I would say we're probably at about an 18 to 20 week backlog on a pool these days.
Okay.
Pretty much almost any outdoor project, in all honesty.
Wow.
Yeah, it is 18 weeks. It's kind of crazy busy. So if you want something by next year, you need to talk to me now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, get on the books.
Get on the books.
Yeah,
exactly.
And at least, I mean, I think it's the same thing as when I'm like preparing someone's house. They're like, well, we're probably not going to sell till next year. I'm like, there's probably a lot of projects you need to do to prepare your home in that time frame. So let's talk now, so that you can kind of space it out and decide what you want to do.
Yeah, we do all kinds of projects in phases too, right? So, sometimes people just want to expand their patio and then want to do a pool in a year and a half. Well, let's go ahead and start doing the expansion of the patio right now in preparation for the pool, but you also get on the books for next year, and so you're not waiting again.
And the expansion could possibly be for an outdoor kitchen or something like that. So it's kind of like in the kitchen appliances, I think, go along with every other appliance, whether it's outdoor or indoor, that they're backlogged. So,
everything's, you're waiting on everything right now. It's amazing. For a society where patience is not very often had, like, you have to be patient now, and it's pretty interesting.
What are some of the things that homeowners should know before they start thinking about doing an outdoor project?
So I always get this, wow, that was a lot more expensive than I was expecting. So outdoor patios, outdoor patio covers, think about it as it is actually somewhat major surgery on your house and on your backyard. So it takes a little bit longer than what you were expecting to do and to finish, and it is a little bit more expensive than what you were expecting it to be. But the end product, my goodness, you're gonna love it for years. Also make sure that you're gonna wanna be in that house for a few years, because again, it is quite a bit of a project.
And I guess sometimes you could get your return on your investment, because when you go to sell that house, I mean, take some really nice pictures of that outdoor kitchen and that expanded patio and all that, and since
it'll definitely get some more views for sure.
Okay.
That's for sure. Yep.
So I guess, and how many, different ways the pandemic affect the business, I mean,
It really just made us busier. That's the main thing. It did affect, obviously, suppliers and supplies. we have to wait just a little bit longer. Labor also went up, and you don't have as much labor that you can trust. So it is taking a little bit longer. But the nice thing is Ally's been around for a long time, and our trade partners, we've used the same for years and years. So they've been around, they're going to stay around, we're going to stay around. So
They show up to the job.
They show up to the
on
job.
time.
You don't have to worry about us leaving in the middle of a project and never coming back.
Okay.
Yep.
How do you work with, I know some companies take payments up front, some people take, payments on the back end after the project's done. How does that work?
Yeah, so we have all kinds of awesome options. If you're paying cash, it's 40% down and 60% upon completion. But if you have all kinds of financing options as well. So technically speaking, you can go ahead and get on the books for $0 and not pay for your job until 12 months after the job is done with one of our 0% options.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a 0% 12 months same as cash option, which is pretty awesome.
Does it cost more for the project when you do that?
It's the exact same.
That's awesome.
Yeah, why not use the bank's money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would probably go for that just because it is something really expensive and you're just like, ooh, I want it done tomorrow. Well, now I want it done in 20 weeks from now.
Yes,
but
exactly. Everybody wants it done sooner than you can actually get it, but it's pretty cool that you have that option to go, hey, I can enjoy this and not pay for it for a year.
But be sure to save your money so that you do pay for it.
And if you're looking at buying a house, don't finance until after you close on your house.
Yes, that's
just throwing that out there.
Just FYI, So I'm telling people. One of my clients right now, he's like, I don't really like my job very much and stuff. I'm like, well, you can't quit until you close on that house.
You are not allowed.
So be sure not to do any, vast changes in your life right now.
Yeah, keep things like this for a little while.
Yes, definitely.
But we'll always work with you if you're buying a new house. We can get you on the schedule for little down. We'll work with you for sure.
Okay.
If you have a dream house and not a dream backyard, we can definitely work with you.
Awesome. So tell me, what differentiates your company from other companies that do outdoor solutions?
Yeah, so obviously we like to say that we're built different, okay? And what that means is we're gonna come to your house, we're probably gonna quote you a price that's a lot higher than what you're expecting. We're never gonna be the cheapest on the block, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna communicate better than everybody else. We're going to clean up the job site after we're done so you can go out and enjoy. We even have our own outdoor furniture line. So our whole point is once you're done.
Your own brand?
Our own brand, yes. It's pretty cool. It's all teak furniture. It's gorgeous.
Nice.
But yeah, so you can order that as well. That can be rolled into the 12-month financing, and you get to enjoy your space right when you're done and not wait around for other things to be done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how long does the quote, like getting out there, deciding on the solutions and getting a quote?
Depending upon the actual scope of work, most of the times I'm actually able to give a quote before I leave that day. So yeah, we've got things pretty figured out at Ally.
Okay, and you've caught on to everything really quickly.
I have caught on to everything. Well, you know me.
Yeah. Something you're a little passionate about.
It's so much fun. My job is so much fun. I used to sell accounting stuff, right? This is so much more fun.
Yeah. I mean, accounting, outdoor solutions and pools and fun stuff.
Yes.
How can we throw a great party in this backyard,
And that's what I want to do. I want you to sell a house. I want to build the outdoor space, and I want to throw a party in the back.
Yeah. I've even offered recently to clients, I was like, I'll help supply the party, just invite me to the party.
That's all I care about.
I'll do the catering, I'll do everything, throw you a really nice housewarming party, but I better be invited,
Who wouldn't invite you? I mean, come on.
Be the life of the party.
Exactly.
Come on. So, I guess you offer financing, you do all those things, and I guess with pools, there's all kinds of different pools out there, that you can offer and design and do. And I'm sure they range from size to design to, so, I mean, can someone just design their own thing, or do y'all have preset pools and say, here, pick?
We're actually completely custom. So, but the greatest part is we have an entire department of designers at your disposal. So we can build renderings. We'll build 3D renderings for you to see what it'll look like beforehand. That process takes about a week, and we'll make adjustments from there, but really we're completely custom. If you want 2 pools in your backyard, we'll build 2 pools in your backyard. If you want it to look like...
Do people want 2 pools in their backyard?
You'd be surprised.
Okay. I actually, being in real estate, nothing surprises me these days.
Right. And some things, obviously, here in town, you're dealing with a lot of easement issues. You're dealing with a smaller backyard. Utilizing that space is really important to us. So making sure that you can actually see what it'll look like before you actually sign on the dotted line, that also helps too.
So do 3D renderings and all those things cost additional when you get the quote for the pool and things like that? No.
It is a service that we provide.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what if someone wanted to sell their house and wanted to do a 3D rendering? Can they just pay for that separately?
Yeah, you can also just call 281-849-7660, which is my cell phone, and I'll get that done for you.
Okay, awesome. Because I think that's a really good tool for people to utilize.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the customization is key with this, and having designers and people at your fingertips. I mean, being able to design that. How about I know a lot of people are getting into people that didn't even want pools, I would say a year and a half ago, now want pools.
Yep.
But safety is obviously a big issue for a lot of parents that, have little kids and things like that. So do y'all design, the safety pieces of that and all that, the gates,
if you want to include
nets,
gates, we'll include that in the quote, into the holes, everything that goes to a actual pool build. We'll provide you with a price for it, and you'll be able to see it before it's done.
Okay. So what about, a backyard that's a huge backyard that they don't want to put a pool in? I think everyone kind of directly goes to outdoor living and they go to pools.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot more that you can do with a backyard besides just putting a swimming pool in it.
Yeah,
So,
outdoor pavilions, outdoor kitchens, pergola, just a garden landscaping alone. It's really important to go ahead and incorporate landscaping into that because I think it solidifies the space. It makes it comfy. It makes it home, right? And we provide all those services.
Awesome. I showed a house recently that had a basketball court in the backyard.
Yep.
And that was pretty cool.
We can build basketball courts. We own Houston Concrete Company, so concrete, anything from simple concrete pour to a backyard oasis.
Obviously, the husband and the 2 boys went straight to the backyard when I was showing that house, and the mother was like, no, because I will never see y'all. Y'all will never come in that house anymore. So it's kind of funny to see, you can create this outdoor, but you want to do it as a family, or hey, you're a bachelor or a single lady and you just want to have cocktails and have a fancy, pool just to have your girlfriends over, or to have...
Fire pits are really big now too, right?
Built-in fire pits.
Built-in fire pits.
Well, I guess it doesn't just have to be in the pool. It can be just a fire pit.
It can be a fire pit right on. I built one for our one of my good friends. Had our wedding at their house on Lake Livingston, but their house here in Cypress. We built a built-in kitchen. He does crawfish boils all the time, so we got a power burner, set it down lower so he could see it.
Luckily, I'm good friends with him, so I get to get invited to all the parties.
Oh yeah, I get to hang out with them and get all that sort of stuff. So it's fun.
What's one of the most fun projects, or give me a few of the really cool, unique projects that
okay, so not complete yet, but up on Lake Conroe in Willis, Texas, they're doing a fireplace, a 2-part kitchen with every type of appliance that you could ever ask for a chef. I mean, it's amazing. And then they have open seating, open bar, so you can actually look out onto the lake, and it's good. It's awesome. It's going to be great, and it's fully customizable. There's not going to be another one like it, and that's what they loved about it. So that's why they went with us.
And they designed that.
Yep.
How about another one? I know, but it's just something to give people ideas of kind of things that they could do with you guys. Sometimes those just not your typical kitchen, pool, blah blah blah. Some.
Yeah, just I quoted one for almost like an urban garden where they wanted just to have a paver system out in the back, pavers, and go almost like you would do like at Herman Park where you're walking through and have, garden over here, a little seating area over here. They had this big backyard, and that's what they really wanted. And it was pretty cool when it came out. It was awesome.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Well, I guess like everything, you know, if you need any kind of outdoor solutions or anything around your house to be done, and I mean, think your front yard, your backyard, you want it to all be appealing. You want to drive up to your house. You want it to be like awesome looking, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we even have something that is very, very simple. It's called carved stone, and it's an overlay that goes over concrete, and it's twice as strong as concrete, so you can actually drive a car on it, but it's completely customizable. You can make it look like flagstone, you can make it look like travertine pavers. It's really, really cool.
Can you power wash it?
You don't even have to, because there's a sealer that goes on it. You can drink red wine, spill red wine on it, and it'll wash right off. It's pretty awesome.
Okay, would you put that in would you put that on your driveway? Would you put it on your back porch?
You put it on your driveway, back porch, pool deck, anything.
Huh. Well, I mean, those that have little ones, like myself, you know, they like to draw chalk and stuff, so.
It'll come right off. Simple, easy.
You wouldn't have to power wash it necessarily.
You wouldn't have to power wash it.
Because it's not like it doesn't have the porous.
It's not porous like concrete. That's correct.
Okay.
It's made of limestone and quartz. So the limestone gives it that natural stone feel, and quartz gives it a strength that's
twice as strong as concrete. Are y'all the only people that do this?
We are the only ones that do it.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So they have a patent on it.
Yeah. It's actually, from what I know the history is, they used to actually redo old historic buildings in Italy with it. But we figured out that you could add color to it and carve it into certain things, and it's an awesome customizable decking that you don't have to demo any decking to replace. So you can go right over your existing decking, like concrete, pea gravel, anything like that.
Oh, but like wood decking?
Not
or
wood
no,
decking.
no, okay.
Not wood
Because I was like, that would be interesting. Like, I was kind of trying to wrap my head around that. I was like,
I saw you envisioning it at your own house.
you know what I'm doing.
I know, exactly.
I'm like, oh, wood decking, that might look cool, you know, but because, you know, wood decking is annoying, you know.
It is.
You always have to replace it and reseal it and, you know, resurface it and do all that stuff to it.
We can do composite decking as well if you want to do something like that. So.
Yeah, I think maybe on our next backyard, you know, we kind of did some backyard solutions, this one. So lighting and all that kind of stuff, I know that's
outdoor
something.
lighting, yep, landscape lighting, everything.
That's awesome.
We take care of it all.
Okay.
If it is outdoors, we do it.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And I know they've been flashing the website and everything.
I know, I saw it up there. It's awesome.
But how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, so me, obviously the best way to get a hold of me is via my cell phone, 281-849-7660. Or you can shoot me an email at jordan.bailey@alliedOutdoorSolutions.com.
Awesome.
And I would love to come over and see what you have in your backyard, listen to what you want it to look like, and us develop that together.
Oh, awesome. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the
bet.
show today,
It was so
Jordan.
much
It's
fun.
been awesome talking to you. It's
Miss
good to
hanging out with
see
you.
you. I know.
Haven't seen you in forever.
I know, it's been a long time,
It
but
has.
you're one of the first people I thought of, like, oh gosh, I need to have him on the show because he's doing such cool things and we haven't even had an opportunity to
We
talk
haven't even
about
talked about it. So this is the first time you even learned about any of my stuff.
Absolutely,
which is
and I know I have so many clients now really looking for that outdoor solution. You know, I mean, they're trying, you know, the ones that want the pools and the ones that just want a big yard to do things in. So, I mean, I think it would be awesome to be able to connect them with you, and
I would be happy to talk with them.
and anyone that's watching the show or watches the episodes, definitely reach out. You know, it's always good to get quotes and figure out what you can do. Just
some people just don't know what they don't know, right? And I'd love to supply them with that knowledge.
I mean, I know about outdoor things, I know about this stuff, and you can envision things, the typical things, but I learned something new, this wrapping your driveway and wrapping, I mean, it kind of goes with the signs.
Yeah,
you know,
it kind
there's
of
things
does.
about signs and wrapping a car,
We
you know,
can-
you
we
can
can
wrap
do
your
some-
driveway.
Even we can do commercial, and we can carve your company logo in it if you wanted to.
On what now?
On the carve
Excuse
stone.
me?
You can carve your company logo into it.
I'm sure a lot of people would love to do that, because then anyone driving by
It'll see
right
it right there in the pavement. Be awesome.
Although, you know, I guess if you're driving by flat, but that's still really cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's definitely, I think enough people would love to do that.
Right.
So anyway,
Cool.
if you are looking for any outdoor solutions or anything you want designed or anything outdoors.
I just want to talk to people.
Yeah, well, because we have a really hard time talking to people,
We do.
you know, obviously. So definitely reach out to Jordan. Thank you for watching the show today, and thank you for Now Media TV for having me on. We'll see you next week.